feasted yesterday without Adrian and Eck in the lineup, and San Diego salvaged a game from the Rockies. John Garland's 3.13 ERA ranks 17th in the National League, but his work at Petco includes a 4-1 record and a 2.34 home ERA. The Padres are in first place. The July 4th holiday approaches. Thank the military that you can keep rocking in the free world. Welcome to Petco Park for Game 1 of what is a 4-game series between the Houston Astros and the first place San Diego Padres. Indeed, the calendar has turned to July, and the Padres with a 3-game lead in the National League West. Welcome into the booth with Mark Neely and Mark Grant. Astros are here. They have scuffled a lot of this season, primarily due to the big bats not producing.
There's a guy in the Houston Astro Club by the name of Carlos Lee. He's known as El Caballo. Well, El Caballo has been in the stable and not doing that well. There's another guy who's a horse in the lineup by the name of Lance Berkman. These guys throughout their career have been known to hit home runs. Berkman, the last 3 years, 34, 29, 25 home runs. This year, only 7 that is. Lee, 32, 28, 36 the last 3 years, only 10 this year. These guys in the lineup have not been getting it done recently for the Houston Astros.
And you think about where they play most of their home games, or play all of their home games at a very good hitter's park.
And, you know, we saw this offense, or I should say lack of offense, in Houston when we were there. When the number 3, number 4, number 5 hitters for the Houston Astros are not getting it done, that is bad news. No home runs in 43 of 79 games for the Houston Astros. And you make a good point, Mark Neely. In Minute Maid Park, when the ball's not flying off the bat of those guys, it's going to be a tough year for these Houston Astros.
Astros have played a little bit better, though. They had only 17 combined wins the first 2 months of the season. 14 wins in the month of June. They went 500. They have won 5 of their last 8 games. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup for tonight. And for the Astros, it is 13-year veteran Brian Moeller. He began the season in the Houston bullpen before jumping into the rotation in late May. He won his first game of the season in his last start on Friday against Texas and Arlington. And Moeller's last start against the Padres came exactly a year ago today here at Petco, a game that Moeller won 7-1. For the Padres, John Garland has won his last 2 starts, and he also won at Houston back on May 8th, throwing 7 scoreless innings. And tonight's pitching matchup brought to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Well, if Garland pitches into the 3rd tonight, he'll cross the 100-inning mark and join Clayton Richard, who became the first Padre to reach that plateau yesterday. The first pitch, Houston at San Diego, is straight ahead. is beginning right now.
Absolutely.
With that call.
It's after 5.
Well, this Thursday night, a long weekend, 4-game series with the Astros. And our closed captioning brought to you by Corky's. Call Corky's for the lowest termite fumigation price in town and get a 4-year guarantee. Call 1-800-901-1102. John Garland making his 17th start of the season tonight.
I'm sure John Garland, after sitting in the dugout yesterday, all those Padres crossing home plate, I'm sure he's got in the back of his mind saying, hey, guys, how about spreading the love around a little bit and start another series win possibly against these Houston Astros.
Garland taking on the Astros tonight. Houston at 31-48. Their starting pitcher Brian Moeller makes his 7th start and 19th appearance. He began the season in the Astros bullpen, and when Bud Norris went on the disabled list, they needed a starter, and Moeller got the call, and he has stayed in the rotation since. The veteran guy, 13 years in the big leagues.
He knows what he's doing out there. He's not going to be intimidated. He knows the Padre lineup. He knows about pitching in this ballpark. And this is timing's got a lot to do with everything. The Padres are catching this Houston Astro time in a pretty good time for them.
Here come the Padres. Led by center fielder Tony Gwynn. Let's take a look at the Astros starting lineup, brought to you by Floor Trader. Pay way less for your flooring and take it home today. Now open in Lemon Grove. You'll know no El Caballo tonight. Carlos Lee not in the starting lineup. He is 1 for 14 in his career against John Garland, and they want to get him a day off as well. So no Lee. They do have Berkman in the cleanup spot. 311 career against the Padres. Even better numbers here at Petco. 381 career hitter at Petco Park for Lance Berkman. The starting pitching profile is brought to you by the Mark Condos. Luxurious downtown San Diego condos from the 300s. Go to the marksandiego.com.
I think big key for John Garland is this first inning. And what I mean by that is if he could keep it under 15 pitches, in fact, maybe a 13-pitch inning would be kind of nice rather than 25 or 30. And John knows that, to get right back in that dugout, bottom half of the first. And hopefully the Padres can leave off where they were doing yesterday against the Rockies. But I talked to Darren Balls before the game, and he said, you know what? No new nuggets on John Garland. He's happy with his bullpens and what he's throwing. Of course, the sinker is a big key for John Garland, along with that slider.
Here's the defense behind Garland tonight. In the outfield, it is Scott Hairston in left with Gwynn in center, and Venable back in the lineup in right field. Venable's had that lower back issue, but in the starting 9 tonight. Headley and Adrian at the corners with Jerry Hairston at short. Eck back in the lineup after a day off yesterday at second. And Nick Hundley got the grill shaken there yesterday with a loud foul ball and kind of knocked him for a little bit of a loop, but he's back in the lineup for Bud Black tonight. The 46-32 Padres, a 3-game lead over the second place Dodgers, 5 ahead of the Rockies and 5.5 ahead of the Giants. Houston, 5th place in the Central, 13 behind the first place Reds. And Michael Bourne in the batter's box. We're set to go. Hope you enjoy the telecast. A first pitch strike, and we are underway. 69 degrees at game time and blue skies.
Very
this
nice.
evening. I haven't seen those in a while. Down low to Michael Bourne.
Well, what a difference a year makes, huh? Last year at this time, the Padres, 13, 14 games out of first place? July 1st.
That is down low. And really, we're scuffling at this time a year ago. 2-1 pitch from Garland. On the ground to the shortstop. Jerry Hairston has to hurry with as well as Bourne runs, and it's close, but he's out at first. Any kind of little fumble, and Bourne's going to beat out a ground ball. But that's the way this one begins. Bourne grounds out to short.
That was very close at first base.
By an eyelash.
Yes. And imagine being an umpire and having to deal with plays like this. Bang, bang. Michael Bourne thinks, safe, and that's a hang with him.
Remember the play in Houston, bang bang play in the bottom of the 9th, I believe it was. He got thrown out, disputing the call.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Earlier this season. Here's Jeff Keppinger, the second baseman. Outside says plate umpire Ron Culpa.
I like that. I like an umpire who barks it out and lets you know where that pitch was.
A vocal and descriptive plate umpire, which we commented that about Jim Joyce the other night. Ron Culpa calling the balls and strikes, with Barksdale, Rapuano, and Hallian, who is the crew chief. A 1-2 to Keppinger. To third. Reaching down, Headley fields, throws across, and 2 down. First season for Brad Mills as the manager of the Astros, 53-year-old who spent the last 6 seasons as the Red Sox bench coach for Terry Francona, his longtime friend and college buddy from the University of Arizona. Ball one down low to the right fielder, Hunter Pence.
Brad Mills falls into the category of those good baseball guys. He gets it. He knows how to deal with the players, doesn't have an ego.
And getting his first shot to manage a team, a well-deserved.
Yep. Terry Francona, same type of guy.
Little floater into right is going to be a base hit for Hunter Pence. So a 2-out single on what was the 11th pitch of the inning from John Garland.
Randy Reddy's getting in the locked and loaded position. Oh, Spikey wants to get back out there, put the nails on. He's giving somebody a tutorial. Oh, Simba. Ted Simmons and
Darren.
Yeah.
Cleanup hitter, first baseman Lance Berkman.
By the way, last year, 34-42. The Padres were 14 games out. July 1st, 09.
46-32. July 1st of 2010 with a 3-game lead. That's quite a turnaround. One I don't think many would have predicted.
Nope.
Berkman at 249. He missed some time early in the season with injury.
Boy, not the same Lance Berkman that we've seen 3-4 years ago, huh? Even 2 years ago. The bat's kind of slowing down a little bit. The injuries, even if you're healthy, the injuries you've had in the past catch up to you, right?
Yeah, missed the first 12 games this year. Went on the DL, had arthroscopic surgery on his left knee during spring training, March 13th. But has played in 63 of the 66 games since coming off the disabled list on April 20th. Strike on the outside corner.
Remember in Houston, when you're watching that game, quick outs, these Houston Astros, their offense just looked dead.
Not very patient to hitters.
No, they weren't putting together good at-bats.
And they are playing better. But certainly, you look at the numbers of Berkman and Lee and not where they are historically. And playing a ballpark, Minute Maid Park, where you expect big offensive numbers.
Yes.
Unless you head it to straightaway center field, you've got a pretty good chance in that ballpark. 1-2. Up and in.
We'll have to see if John Garland throws a heavy dose of fastballs to Lance Berkman. It just seems at times that Lance gets beat on the fastball, certain situations. Doesn't mean you can't throw him a breaking ball. John Garland's got that slider he can bury down and away, or down and into the lefty Berkman by that back foot. No breaking balls for a strike, though. You don't want to speed up his bat.
Strike 3, got him on the outside corner. Berkman caught looking for a strikeout for John Garland, who uses a 17 pitch. SAP Telecast is brought to you by Carl's Jr. Get more fruit in your diet with the Hawaiian Teriyaki Chicken Sandwich. Here's the Padre lineup tonight, brought to you by Alpine Rock and Block. Start your next backyard project with Alpine Rock and Block. Wynn will lead off, then Eck, Adrian in the 3 spot. Scott Hairston hitting cleanup after a 4 RBI game yesterday. Headley, Venable, Hundley, Jerry Hairston, and John Garland. Starting pitching profile brought to you by the all-new Cadillac SRX, the Cadillac of crossovers.
And Brian Moeller wears his age on his jersey. 38-year-old right-hander. Cutter, fastball, change, slider, and a curve from the veteran swing guy. Lefties look for the cutter in and change-ups down and away. That's how he gets the lefties out.
Paulie Navarro, one of the athletic trainers, got the clippers out, or something working on John Garland.
Little landscaping work on the middle finger, it looks like.
Tweezers are next.
Sometimes, pitchers will get calluses on the fingers. And
Tony sends one in the air to right center field, and Hunter Pence makes the catch. Here's the Astros defense, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Michaels, Bourne, and Pence in the outfield. Chris Johnson now their third baseman. Blum getting the start at short, with Keppinger and Berkman on the right side, and Quintero does the catching.
Looks like he's doing some little surgery there with the scalpel, tweezers, gauze pads, 10-in-1 motor oil, whatever. Prestone. Oh, make that Quaker State. He's good to go.
He's ready to go. Yeah. Eck takes a strike. 1-1.
No, I was saying earlier. Sometimes, you throw so many pitches and your fingers kind of maybe get little calluses on the side, and not necessarily where the ball meets the finger, but where the nail is. You just want to clean that up a little bit. Keep it smooth.
Now he's going to use the nail file.
As
long as you don't put that in your back pocket and pull the old Joe Niekro, right?
Right.
Muller's 1-2. Ooh, just a bit outside. Pretty close pitch to Eck, who right now is the toughest to strike out in the major leagues. A strikeout every 25, nearly 26 plate appearances. Goes up after it, and a fly ball to right, and another one for Hunter Pence. 2 gone. Bases are empty for first baseman Adrian Gonzalez.
Hey, we wrote down Adrian Gonzalez's name on another piece of paper other than our lineup card.
For National League Player of the Month for June. Hit .363, 7 homers, 23 RBIs for June.
You know why we voted for him? Because he's our guy.
That's right.
And we're not afraid to say that.
Okay,
we
so
like our guys.
So we voted Adrian. By the way, the All-Star voting, I think, ends in about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Online, anyway. So if you haven't so far voted online, and I think you can do it 25 times, Padre fans, got about an hour and a half to do that. Vote your Padres. 1-1 pitch. Adrian belts it fouled on the left field side. Time running out to vote for your 2010 All-Star selections. You can help send your favorite Padres to the All-Star game by voting up to 25 times at Padres.com. Log on to Padres.com and cast your ballot. Time running out. Vote exclusively at Padres.com, and voting does end today, in the next couple hours. Another one down the left field side. Johnson chasing, but it's going to be a couple rows back.
It's funny how certain things stick in your mind. Being a baseball fan, All-Star game in Anaheim, correct? Now, the last time it was there was 1989. Remember the shot Bo Jackson hit off of Rick Russell?
Yes. Up on at that time, they had the seats covered by the tarp, and he hit it up on the tarp. 1-2. Adrian, right side. Keppinger from shallow right center throws him out. Well, they had the shift on, but not the overshift like a lot of teams claim. And Moeller sets the side down in order. Tomorrow night, Friday, July 2nd, as your Padres take on these same Astros at 7:05 and stay after the game for spectacular Independence fireworks. Get your tickets online at Padres.com. Jason Michaels, the left fielder, takes upstairs from Garland. It was a 16-pitch first for John Garland. So relatively economical for him.
Yeah. You like it around, anything under 10 would be ideal in a perfect world. Under 15 is really good.
It's 2-0 to Michaels. Hit deep. Left field. Scott looks up, and that one is going to find the second tank. Fifth of the year for Jason Michaels. It is 1-0 Houston. Garland fell behind, and on a 2-0 pitch, Michaels sends it out, his 14th RBI, and the Astros have the lead.
We talked about the lack of the home runs in the open of our telecast, and we featured Lee and Berkman. Well, 2-0, and I made a point the other day about pitching backwards. Kevin Correa, remember Kevin pitching backwards at times and falling into trouble? See, 2-0. Slider, that's pitching backwards, but it wasn't the best slider from John Garland. It was almost like a hit-knee slider, and guys can recognize that, and that's where you get burned. I'm not saying it's going to happen every time. Sometimes you get away with it, but that time Michaels took advantage of it.
8th home run that Garland has allowed this season. And he's now 2-0 on Blum. Ball 3 low. The former Padre Blum, 6 out of his last 12. A 4-pitch walk. First of the game allowed by Garland.
Last couple starts, Baltimore and at Florida, John Garland did a fine job of keeping the ball in the yard. No home runs. And if you're going to give up the long shot, hey, hopefully it's a solo shot, right? So
much better than the alternatives.
Yep.
That is out of the zone as well. Ball 1 to Chris Johnson as Garland going through a streak here where he's having trouble finding the zone. Ooh, just off that outside corner, 2-0.
Look at changeup to go 2-0. Didn't miss by much. Nick Hundley going to have a chat, maybe to just calm him down a little bit. I think this is a pretty good pitch. Maybe caught the outside corner, maybe just off a little bit.
Is that a case where
I don't think it's down?
If you haven't been around the zone enough recently, you don't get that call?
Good call.
8 of his 9 pitches in this inning have not found the strike zone. The only one that did wound up beyond the left field fence. Plum at first, nobody out. 3-0. Chris Johnson yesterday in Milwaukee, a 4-hit game, which was his second 4-hit game in the last 6 days. He is taking in high ball 4, back-to-back 4-pitch walks. Well, we've shown this in previous telecasts. If you're the opposition and want to get Garland, you need to do it in the first 3 innings.
He can find that groove. We're in the 3rd or 4th, you know. If he finds that groove and gets out of the first 3 innings.
Humberto Quintero with 2 on, nobody out, and a run in on the Michaels leadoff homer. Ball 1.
You know, that first inning, the first 2 outs, Bourne and Keppinger, grounders to the left side on that sinker, it looked like, from Garland. Be nice to have there's a 4-seamer there, but a nice 2-seamer to get at least get a grounder and take a chance at getting 2. Sinker, sliders we've seen, that's a 4-seam fastball. He's a little bit more giddy up and straighter than the 2-seamer on that outside corner.
Fouled away by Quintero. Quintero, a former Padre. In fact, the Padres traded him to Houston for Tim Redding just prior to the 2005 season. Quintero made his Major League debut in 2003 with San Diego. Chops this right side. Adrian make the toss to Garland. A 3-1 put out with the runners advance. Blum over to 3rd. And Johnson down to 2nd. Almost works just like a bunt, but it is the pitcher coming up.
Well, Garland did a nice job of getting in the kitchen of Quintero. In La Cocina of Quintero. Big time. Look at this sinker. Hey. You got him over, though, right? That's the main objective. Doesn't have to be pretty.
The Astros pitcher up. Ryan Moeller, 1 for 6 this year with the bat, and ball 1 down and away. .045 career average for the 38-year-old.
You always have to be aware of a squeeze. Pitcher up, man on 3rd.
0-2 outside. Right side of the infield for the Padres. Cheating in. Headley's about even with the bag at 3rd. There's a look around. And shortstop Hairston in about halfway.
I think that is because the chances of Moeller being behind on a Garland fastball, maybe hit it to the right side. But with that infield in a little bit, cuts down the range a little bit.
Hanging out on the beach beyond the right center field fence. Moeller gets tied up, a swing and a miss, evens it at 2-2.
Now that's the 2-seamer sinker that we know and love out of the hand of John Garland. Well, it had some tremendous movement. This is the old wiffle ball. That ball moved down and in. Right at that back knee.
2-2 pitch. Got him looking. Fastball strike 3 to Moeller. Garland's second strikeout and 2 outs in the inning.
Straighter fastball to Moeller. Looked like he had a little bit more humpy hump on it rather than that two-seamer, and a big second out here for John.
But now back to the top of the Houston order in center fielder Michael Bourne. Ward grounded out to short to begin the game on a bang-bang play at first. A routine ground ball that he nearly beat out. First pitch way high, ball 1. Ward comes in having hit safely in 6 of his last 7 games. 375 average in that span. Garland steps off.
They don't want to get crossed up here, so Nick Hundley going out and have a chat with Jerry Hairston just so they're on the same page.
Big spot right here. Michaels had the leadoff home run, but a base hit right here could make it a 3-run inning. After a 16-pitch first, Garland has thrown 21 pitches so far here in the second, and 14 of the 21 have been out of the strike zone. 1-0. Under the hands and inside to Michael Bourne.
Did you see where Hundley set up way inside out of the crouch? That was by design to go 2-0. He wasn't set up down the middle of the plate or splitting the inside part of the plate with his body. He was up and in on that. You got the righty Keppinger on deck.
3-0.
And if you walk him here, it's a force at any base. Just going to put him on.
Yeah, they are. They're going to.
And you know that 2-0,
walk him.
That 1-0 pitch kind of set the whole sequence and how they were going to pitch to him, because Nick was not set up as if he wanted to throw him one of those nasty pitches on the corner.
Pretty much like they were going to see if he would get himself out there.
Right.
And he would not bite, so that will load the bases with what turns into an intentional walk to Bourne, and they're loaded up for Jeff Keppinger, the second baseman. He grounded out to Headley at third in the first inning. Ball 1.
First pitch slider. And Keppinger's probably got the idea, even if it's a strike, as we take a look at the breakdown. Wow.
The pitch count got up there in a hurry.
Yeah, 1 out will take care of all that.
2-0.
Now he's really in the driver's seat. That strike zone starts to shrink a little bit more for Keppinger as far as pitches to his liking.
Garland would like a different baseball than the one he was issued. Jason Michaels led off the inning with a home run to left. Garland then issued back-to-back 4-pitch walks to Blum and Johnson. Retired the next 2. Wound up with an intentional pass to Bourne, and they're loaded 2 outs and a 2-0 count on Keppinger. Ball 3 inside and high. Down central for a strike.
I don't know, maybe John's trying to be a little bit too fine too early. Like that first pitch slider was out of the zone rather than a good hard one. Start to the center of the plate, end up for a strike. Now he's got to really battle here.
Bounce foul and a full count. Keppinger lost a little piece of the guard.
I say go right after him with a good two-seamer. As we take a look at this last pitch, and oh yeah, he clipped it. Yep.
Keppinger doesn't strike out much after Eck. He is the second hardest to strike out in the National League, striking out only once every 14 plus plate appearances. 3-2. Line to right. Down in front of Venable. 1 run in. Here comes the second run. Johnson, he will score. And Jeff Keppinger with a 2-run single, and it's 3-0 Astros.
Boy, that is good hitting by Jeff Keppinger. Well, John Garland's got his back up against the wall. Bases are loaded, and we're going to take a look at the sequence via the Carlos Jr. pitch track. Maybe a little bit too fine, thinking that Keppinger would fish after those first 2 pitches. Then he finds himself 3-0. And what does he do? He gets aggressive. Two-seamer right there. Second pitch, two-seamer right there. And then Keppinger gets a pitch down and away, and nice short stroke going the other way. That's why he's a good number 2 guy. Doesn't strike out much and puts the ball in play well.
26th and 27th runs batted in. After Darren Balsley visits the mound, Hundley with the last couple of words. Well, the hit by Keppinger, only the second hit of the inning. The other hit being the leadoff home run by Michaels.
I know that's not the game plan of John Garland to fall behind, but sometimes pitchers aren't aggressive enough in the strike zone. I think that at bat he was a little tentative out of the zone, hoping that Keppinger would chase, and he's just not that type of hitter.
Pence hits it sharply on the ground to Headley, and they go the short way to second. The force play ends the inning, but 8 men come to the plate for the Astros in the second, and they score 3 times. Saturday, July 3rd, as your Padres battle these Astros at 5:35, and the first 25,000 fans take home a great Padres beach towel presented by San Diego County Toyota dealers. Hurry and get your tickets today at Padres.com.
And those beach towels are some kind of nice.
There they are. Showed them there on the military logo. Padres come up in the bottom of the second, trailing 3-0, and the cleanup hitter Scott Hairston leads off. A 4 RBI game yesterday for Scott, as the Padres put up 13 runs, their third highest run total of the season.
That was a fun game to watch yesterday. I came out for about the first 5 innings.
2 balls and a strike. Headley follows, and then Will Venable in the Padres second. Hairston pops it up. Back towards the screen. Quintero makes the catch.
Well, you look at Brian Moeller. I mean, he doesn't have anything overpowering, right? He's been around a long time. He can be in your bullpen. He can start for you. And his last 6 starts, Cincinnati, Washington, Colorado. My point is, he's faced some tough lineups. Going back, his last 6 starts, Texas, New York Yankees, Colorado. He had Washington and Cincinnati. Now, those are teams that, you know, they like to swing the bats. So he has faced some tough lineups.
He's also 2-0 at Petco Park in his career with a 2.63 ERA here. Veteran guy who began his career with the Tigers back in 1996. He's in their rotation for 4 years. Had some injury issues, wound up with Cincinnati. It's on the ground, through the hole, and into right field. And Chase Headley has the first Padres hit. Berkman going to his right, unable to get it.
Looked like something that had a little cut to it. We mentioned Moeller just out of the reach of Berkman. He may have drawn a little leather on that. Moeller made the play, catch that cleanly. Whether they would have gotten Chase at first base remains to be seen, but a good piece hit by Chase.
Venable back in the lineup after sitting the last couple. Takes a first pitch strike. Some lower back stiffness had him day to day. In fact, he told me lower back, but kind of on the right side of the lower back is where the pain emanated from. He leans back from the ball inside. Try doing anything with lower back.
Oh, terrible.
It's almost impossible.
Can't do anything.
A high strike, and it's 1-2. And Will's bat has certainly been coming around. You look at the last 14 games he's played in, a .333 average, 4 homers in those 14 games. And some big home runs on that last road trip. Look like they want to work him inside and a breaking ball down and in.
That's a good call. Quintero was set up on the inside part of the plate. And the scouting report gets around the league quickly.
Gets jammed and rips it foul into the first base seats.
It looks like Will is using, that's an Adrian Gonzalez bat. That's 23 upside down. Hey, if I had a teammate that was possibly going to be player of the month, I'd probably want to use his bat too.
Three and two. What bats did you use in the big leagues? Did you get your own bats back then?
I did. I used T85s.
Oh.
Thick handle.
Thick handle, boy, is that out of vogue these days.
Well, I figured if I was going to get jammed, I wanted some piece of wood, you know, making contact and possibly helping me out a little bit. Maple.
Maple back then, huh? Runner takes off on the 3-2 pitch, and it's popped up on the right side. Second baseman Keppinger calls for it.
I'm sorry, Mark. Ash. I got my woods mixed up. Just like my driver, my 5-wood on the golf course. Ash bat and a Walker finish. You know what a Walker finish is?
I know what a Walker Texas Ranger is.
Yeah, Walker finish is the one with up at the handle is natural color, and then it was like that dark,
two-tone.
Two-tone bat.
Yeah,
called a Walker finish. Nice.
Next up in your program is number 4, Nick Hundley. Nick rips one to left field. Jason Michaels a few steps back and leaps to make the catch. Well, Michaels made an adventure of it. Hundley hit it hard on the line. But Michaels makes the grab to win the inning. This ball well stung. Michaels spinning around at the top of his jump. Take on these Astros Sunday, July 4th at 1:05 in the first 10,000 kids 14 and younger take home a brand new Padres t-shirt presented by Cox Channel 4 San Diego. Get your tickets by calling 619-795-5555 or go to Padres.com. Berkman leading off the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Houston. He was called out on strikes in the first. A 3-run second for the Astros. A solo shot for Jason Michaels and a 2-run single for Jeff Kempinger. And what turned into a 31-pitch inning for John Garland, who now, with this delivery, well, his next delivery will be his 50th of the game. Strike call.
Well, it looks like when John is free and easy with that two-seamer, tremendous movement. And believe me, there are times guys are out there trying to really muscle it up and throw it hard. That two-seamer flattens out.
On the ground at first, Adrian with the underhand flip to Garland. One gone. There is something to be said for just free and easy and not just totally choking the baseball.
And there's a fine line. You know why? Because if you what are we taught as kids? Work hard. Go harder. Try harder. Because if you're not giving your max effort, right? So there's that fine line to where if you back off a little bit, just free and easy, and you're unsuccessful, you think, I didn't give it my all. So there's that happy medium where you have to find each individual guy to where you get the most out of your stuff. Clayton Richard on the right and Wade LeBlanc, a couple of lefties taking in a big league ball game.
You know, watching the MLB Network the other day, Peter Gammons, I believe it was, posed this question. Salaries aside, would you trade Clayton Richard for Jake Peavy straight up now? And his point being how well this trade has worked out for the Padres.
Yeah, absolutely. Clayton Richard has, and he's only going to get better.
And that has worked out really well for the Padres.
Absolutely, you bet.
And Jake's pitching much better. But certainly the salary that they were able to discard in that deal has allowed them to add more pieces, younger pieces, in addition to how well Clayton has pitched. You know, Aaron Pareda, who was a big arm in that deal, seems to be getting it together at AAA these days.
Just called up to AAA recently, yeah.
We've seen Adam Russell up and down. He's kind of been the human yo-yo, but he's pitched well. Winning the big leagues. So 1-2. Scooped up by Hundley.
You know, Clayton walked by me today in the clubhouse, and I'm just amazed. Every time that guy is a specimen.
Oh, he's one of the best athletes I've seen.
He is put together.
No doubt. And
he's tall, he's thick, he's got the shoulders, he's strong.
Line up the middle and into center field, and Michaels, who hit one out his first time up, a single this time, and he's 2 for 2. A look from the
was that the penitentiary
souvenir shop? No, I think that's from the left field
souvenir
corner
shop.
Yeah. There's the pin. Or there's Matt down there, and the camera. There's Matt with the wireless camera.
Shaka.
Hang loose. Up and away to Blum. A 4-pitch walk to Blum in the second, and he eventually scored on the Keppinger 2-out, 2-run single. Padres took 2 of 3 from Houston back in early May, the only other series between these clubs. In fact, the Padres were 3 outs away from sweeping that series.
Remember that last game, it was a ground ball to short, and Jerry Harrison just worked underneath it a little bit and airmailed it to first base, and the Astros tied it up and eventually ended up winning that ball game.
A 2-0 to Blum. There's a strike call.
A little cutter or slider from John Garland.
Garland and Blum, who were teammates with the White Sox when they beat the Astros in the World Series back in 2005. There's a strike.
Hey, it's getting around that pitch count, isn't it? Where Garland kind of finding that release point and finding that arm slot. And because those last 2 pitches have been dandies. That looked like a backdoor slider to Jeff Blum on the outside part of the plate.
Michaels at first with 1 out and a 2-2. Got him. Fastball in the inner half. Third strikeout for Garland, 2 outs in the inning.
Great sequence by John Garland. Back-to-back breaking balls. One was over the plate, one was a backdoor, and then the freeze fastball in the inside corner. Awesome job by John Garland.
Check on Michaels, who has yet to attempt to steal this season. Rookie Chris Johnson at the plate. Over with low, ball 1. Johnson, who made his major league debut near the end of last season, went 2 for 22 in 11 games at the end of 2009. Went to winter ball in Puerto Rico in the offseason, played well, had a good spring training. Getting more of a shot now. Really seems to have usurped third base from Pedro Feliz. The 1-0. Fouls back. Atop the Western Metal Building.
Oh, they've got the social sparklers up there flowing nicely.
Down low, and it's 2 balls and a strike. The pitch count has gotten up there to 65 here.
In the ratio, 50%.
Fouled by Johnson. Mentioned earlier, yesterday at Milwaukee, Johnson a 4-hit game, his second in a 6-day span. The first one came June 25th at Texas. Just the third Astros rookie with 2 4-hit games over a 6-day span. The last Astro rookie to accomplish that, Rafael Landeskog, back in '78.
That's when they wore the candy stripes,
oh,
right?
Yeah. That maybe actually '78. Was that pre-candy stripe? Or was that right about the time they started those? Well, that would have been right about that time. Yeah. It's a 2-2. Fouled back.
You know, this is the 16th hitter John Garland has faced in this ball game. He's only been ahead of 1 guy. That's the reason why you saw the breakdown of the pitches there. Now he's finally ahead on the strike column. 33 balls, 34 strikes, equaling 67.
Rough. 75 to 79 was the candy stripe.
Yeah,
right on there, man. Yeah, the orange,
the rainbow stripe, whatever you want to call it. They've had some funky uniforms over the years.
You're a fan of them, though, right? You liked wearing when you were with Houston?
Yeah, the ones I like were the 89 to 93.
Down and away and a full count.
Those were the ones with the white, all white, and they had the stripes down the shoulders, starting at the neck, down the side.
And the star,
right,
kind of on the left breast pocket area. Well, a full count with 2 outs, so Michael's going to be off with the pitch. Johnson hits it back up the middle softly, but it gets through. Michaels takes the turn. He'll go to third. And the Astros will have runners at the corners. That is hit number 5 for Houston. And the inning continues.
It almost looked like a kind of like a hit me slider or a roll up their slider. Just catches too much of the plate. John wanted it down and away. And Johnson protecting with the 2-strike count, full count. Does a nice job of centering up the center of the diamond.
Quintero grounded to the right side his first time up. And again, Garland falls behind. Two and 0. High strike to Quintero, takes it to 2-1.
I'm just glad John got that high strike call there, the 2-0 pitch to go 2-1. It had a possibility of becoming a ball.
Yeah, the pitcher due up next for the Astros. A wave and a miss by Quintero. The pitch that may have been up and out of the zone right there.
But because of the previous pitch being called a strike,
he had to go after it.
Absolutely.
2 on, 2 outs in the Houston third. 3-0 Astros lead. Quintero fouls it back. And a gentleman below us here to our right had his glove on, had his concession items in his right hand, and made the catch with the glove. Here it comes. Nice grab. Quick reactions.
That's awesome.
Food in one hand and with the glove in the other. It's kind of how you roll here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, food in one hand.
Got to bring your glove to the yard.
Garland trying to get out of this top of the third. Another 2-2 to Quintero. A full count.
Oh, wow.
Look at fire downtown. Well beyond the center field fence, but in that direction.
Yeah.
We're doing spot news now. Well, they watched Quintero to load the bases.
Boy, the release point just not there for John Garland. That
visit for pitching coach Darren Balsley.
You know, pitching 2-0 is not fun, right? Pitching behind is not fun. John Garland has started 8 guys with a 2-0 count.
Ouch.
That's tough to pitch that way now. Your breaking ball doesn't become effective because guys just spin on it. We've seen some breaking balls when he's pitched backwards that have been hit well.
And he's at 77 pitches through 2 2/3. Fire department has responded. Garland trying to put this fire out here in the top of the third.
I'm sure Jane Mitchell's all over that story down the street. She's got Dan Roper with her. Getting some B-roll.
This gives you an idea of how far the fire is away from the ballpark. Up the third base side and stepping on the bag. Headley ends the inning. No runs in the Astros third, but a lot more work there from Garland. And Cox High Speed Internet. Ready for high speed? Go to Cox.com. Back here in downtown San Diego on this Thursday night. Game 1 of a 4-game series, Padres and Astros. And right now it's Houston with the 3-0 lead into the bottom of the third. 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up for the Padres. Where there is smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
Let's see if the Padre bats can get hot here. Only 1 hit so far, that being a Headley single in the second. It'll be Jerry Hairston in the pitcher's spot and Gwynn.
Well, from the looks of that fire out there, you look at the smoke, looks like they have not come to a decision on who's going to be Pope next.
They haven't put the whatever leaves or whatever it is that turns it white.
White smoke means they come up with a decision, right? Yeah, so the jury's still out.
Hairston leading off, and Jerry takes down low. Five home runs for Jerry. Padres came in with a .247 team average, 14th in the National League out of the 16 teams. But the Astros behind the Padres, .238 team average, 15th out of the 16 teams.
You know, we get the stat pack every day with all the league leaders and averages and breakdowns. And the rankings for the Astros, a lot of 14s and 15s and even some 16s in those rankings.
Which means they're at the bottom of a lot of those categories. They're very close to the bottom. That's popped up in foul territory. Berkman making the grab. Jerry fouls out, 1 away in the third.
So, Eddie, as you mentioned, Mark, 15th in average. They're 15th in runs, 15th in hits. Total bases, they're last in the National League. Slugging and on-base percentage, last in the National League for Houston.
Garland sharing a smile there with Quintero and plate umpire Ron Culpa as he steps in. Well, on the mound, after a 16-pitch first, Garland has thrown 63 pitches in the last 2 innings. He bounces this up the middle, but the shortstop cuts it off, and Blum throws him out. High Definition is brought to you by Irving Hughes. Life is a lease. Negotiate well. Hey, while we have a second, we want to say hello and get well to the son of a good friend of ours, Alex Rodriguez, who works here with the Padres and not the A-Rod who plays for the Yankees. Alex's son, Carlos Rodriguez, who goes by the nickname Hot Cheeto, by the way.
Nice.
Is at Rady's Children's Hospital with a possible appendicitis. And we say, Carlos, hope you're doing well and get well soon.
Absolutely. Want to see you out here at the ball yard this summer rooting on these Padres. So get well.
And when you get out here, Carlos, we want to know how you got the nickname Hot Cheeto.
Great nickname.
That's good stuff. Because we want to hear it from you and not your dad. Outside to Tony, 2-0.
Better than being called like Cool Ranch, right?
Well,
I mean, Cool Ranch would be a cool name,
right? Now I'm assuming he likes Hot Cheetos,
right?
But I want to hear him tell the story. Tony fly to right his first time up. Four in a row retired by Moeller since the Headley base hit. In fact, Chase's hit has accounted for the only Padre base runner to this point. Broken bat and a base hit into left field. And maybe the second time through the order will be a little more friendly for the Padres. A 2-out single for Tony.
Mentioned earlier that cutter that Moeller throws can get in on the lefties. Cutters in, lefties, changeups away. Let's check this one. You know what that looked like? A two-seamer that Tony was just a little bit, that was towards the end of the bat. He didn't get jammed. Snapped his bat, and Tony Gwynn will take that base hit to left field.
Eck in the first inning, fly to right. He is 0 for 1. Strike one on the outside corner, and a throw by Quintero to first chases back Gwynn. Quintero's been sharing that catching with Jason Castro, a player we haven't seen yet. Jason Castro is their hot prospect rookie catcher who they called up on June 22nd. Quintero getting the call behind the plate tonight.
Well, he's thrown out 27%. The league average is like 32, 33%.
A bunt.
Oh.
Now, X stopped running.
The ball hit him, but I think
the ball definitely came up and hit him. Now, the catcher, Quintero, wants to say that it hit him while he was out of the batter's box, but X saying that it got him while exiting the batter's box. So we had this exact same play earlier this year with Eck. As long as he has a foot in the batter's box, he's okay. In other words, it's a foul ball.
Let's see where the ball hits him now, and his foot hasn't touched the ground yet. He slid a foot in the box.
So a foul ball.
Right. But if you make contact with a pitch and one of your feet is out of the box and it's put in play, you can get banged. Because both your feet have to be in the box.
They have to have at least 1 foot down in the box.
Down in the box, right.
Right.
And your other foot can't be touching the ground out of the box.
You can have a foot out of the box. That's popped up into shallow center field. Bourne makes the catch. As long as you have a foot down in the box. We've really made this much more complex. Tonight's question is, the Padres were the first team to play a series outside the U.S. or Canada. Where did they play? Stay tuned for the answer in an upcoming commercial break. Bourne bunting, foul off the first base side. Now, you and I were just talking more about what happened with Eck, which leads us to what happens if somebody bunts and actually steps on the plate or across the plate.
Right. A lot of lefties, they'll try to do that bunt where, like Michael Bourne just did, and his foot is out of the box and back of home plate.
Now, Bourne's wasn't there, but in some instances, they can step out of the box. And a plate umpire can call them out if they do that, if they bunt it into play. There's a strike from Garland. He's ahead 0-2. But to finish the thought about Eck, as long as he doesn't have a foot down out of the batter's box.
Correct.
And has one foot in the box.
Right.
When he gets hit.
It's a foul ball.
It's a foul ball.
Right. Now, if his other foot, if one's in the box
in the air
and one is on the ground and the ball comes up and hits him, you can get banged.
As long as that foot is on the ground out of the batter's box.
Right.
But as long as if that foot were in the air out of the box, he would be okay.
Right.
Oh.
Hey, a little wireless action going on, and I believe this gentleman may be voting for hopefully one of his favorite Padres to the All-Star team.
Slow bouncer back towards the mound, reaching. Garland has it and throws out Bourne. So he gets the leadoff man. One away in the Astros' fourth. Remember the old story about Hank Aaron? Actually hit a home run at Old Sportsman's Park in St. Louis, but his front foot came out of the batter's box. And the home plate umpire called him out on that and took the home run away.
Yeah, because that's the right call.
Yeah, you have to have both feet in
the box, right.
Keppinger has a 2-run single, 1 for 2, and a fly ball right center field. Tony Gwynn drifting in and to his left. 2 away. Boy, Garland can really use a quick inning here. That's 2 pretty quick outs here in the fourth, but still up to 86 pitches. Pitch with a base hit his first time. Fielder's choice his last time.
So I guess our tip for the day is stay in the box.
Stay in the box. That's a good way. Good way to put it.
Yep. Now your foot can be on the back line like a lot of hitters do. Like Hunter Pence is doing right now. His back foot is right on that back chalk line.
Down low from Garland. Yeah, guys have a tendency to kind of erase that back line, and that foot seems to drift even further back a lot of times.
Yep. There he is, see? Now it's an imaginary line, but because it's erased.
I know you and I talked the other night in Florida. You'd like to see that batter's box back line moved up.
Yeah, and that would take a little bit more time to try to explain to people.
But the main gist of that, you'd like to see the catcher and plate umpire moved up a little closer to get a better idea of pitches crossing the plate.
Exactly. Because it's where it crosses the plate.
Not where the catcher catches it. 3-2.
You know, for some reason that batter's box doesn't look as far back as normal, does it? For some, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't look like that.
Usually the back line's a little further back.
No, it's up it looks like it's up a little closer towards home plate. Maybe it's just a camera angle.
Another 3-2 to Pence. Down and away, and he lost it. Well, the walks have been an issue. He gave up 3 in the second. One of those was intentional. 1 more in the third. That's the 5th walk given up by Garland, and it brings up the big Puma. Berkman is struck out and grounded out. You know how he got that nickname, Big Puma?
I do not.
He actually gave it to himself jokingly.
I was going to say because the Puma's pretty quick and agile.
Right. He went on like a morning sports talk show I believe it was in Houston, but it was one of those radio morning talk shows. And kiddingly called himself the Big Puma, and it just stuck. The nickname did.
You kind of like that. A guy making fun of himself and his, deficiencies. Lance Berkman's not going to break any land speed records, on the track and field team. So that's pretty funny.
5-time All-Star. Last time was in 2008 when he was the starting first baseman in the National League. He's in the final year of a 6-year deal. There is a club option for next season.
Bat speed just doesn't seem to be there like it was in the years past.
2006 was his best year, and he had a lot of good years, no question about that. But in 06, he was third in the NL MVP voting. That year hit .315, 45 homers, and 136 RBIs. The 1-1. Strike on that outside corner.
Good pitch. Well, Lance doesn't like it, but I think that's a pitcher's pitch. And if Brian Mueller threw that pitch, I would give it to him as well.
Bent's not running. That pitch up, and Berkman gets under it and fouls it. Our comparison brought to you by the San Diego County Toyota dealers. Look at the numbers this season. Batting average and slugging percentage for Berkman compared to his career numbers. This guy had nearly a .300 career batting average coming into this season.
And we mentioned it earlier, but of course, the injuries. And as you get older, those injuries take a little bit more time to heal. And as you get older, playing at this level, the bat has a tendency to slow down a little bit.
Line to second. Eck makes the catch down on a knee. A better inning for Garland. A walk and a man left on. Midpoint of the fourth. 3-0 Houston. Family. Craig Biggio here with the Astros, 88 to 07, over 3,000 hits, nearly 300 homers, and the major league record for hit by pitch, 285 of them.
Oh yeah, he was a gamer. Came up as a catcher, went to second base, went to the outfield, and you know what? Hall of Famer in my book.
Yeah, 3,000 hits. That's a Hall of Famer.
And and I know that probably goes without saying, but how a guy succeeded at that position, and I believe he was an all-star at each of those positions.
I believe you are correct. I would have to check to see. He did make an all-star team early as a catcher. Now he's one of the special assistants to their general manager, Ed Wade. Adrian leading off, the Padre fourth. And a foul fly out of play left side.
Oh, he had a pitch to rip at. Looked like Moeller may be changing speeds on the fastball. So, in essence, it's 2 or 3 pitches with that fastball. Did you see his arm action? Almost like he kind of pushed that ball. Didn't get that good whip action. Maybe a BP fastball or even maybe a changeup. Curveball. Nope. He'll throw a spike curve. You know, with that index finger spiked into the baseball.
Oh. Adrian rips it to right. It's got topspin on it, though, and it's run down and caught by Hunter Pence. Man, he hit that ball hard. But it sunk into the glove of Hunter Pence. We'll bring up Scotty Hairston in time for our Cold Hard Blast, brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Good day yesterday for Scotty, a 4 RBI game. Took this one in the left field corner. Part of the 13-run effort for the Padres to come back and salvage a game and beat the Rockies. By the way, the Rockies putting it on the Giants tonight. 7-3 Colorado, bottom of the 8th at Coors Field.
It's a good thing, right?
Well, Giants are in danger of losing their 5th in a row. Rockies have moved ahead of the Giants in the standings. Giants traded Benji Molina today.
I saw that to the Rangers, Texas Rangers. Yes. For a minor leaguer.
So that means a lot more Buster Posey behind the plate for them. And Scott pops it up on the first base side. Berkman and Keppinger, and it's the second baseman Keppinger on the outfield grass.
You think that Benji Molina is really looking forward to that heat and humidity in Arlington?
Oh. It's a good way to shed some pounds, I guess.
Going from San Francisco to Arlington? Come on.
Posey has homered tonight for the Giants, though they're down 4 in the 8th inning. Yeah, the Giants in danger of losing their 6th in a row.
You know, that brings up a point about the Padres. Longest losing streak?
3 games.
3 games. Stay hot.
And what has separated the Padres from the rest of the division is how well the Padres have played on the road this year.
Yep.
Only team in the division with a winning road record, 22-14. Strike to Headley, 1-2. Chase with a base hit to right, his first time up. Just one of the 2 Padre hits so far tonight. Outside from Moeller.
A lot of soft stuff from Moeller, huh?
Keeping him off balance, though. Really the hardest hit balls by the Padres side. The one hit by Adrian earlier in this inning, and Hundley really stung one in the second to left. And Michaels caught, and a strikeout of Headley. 3 up, 3 down. We're through 4.
Mid-game recap brought to you by Murray Lambert Construction. Home remodeling with no upfront design fees. Visit MurrayLambert.com. Winners of the Better Business Bureau Award for Marketplace Ethics. Mark?
Thank you, Bud. Jerry under that. And the first pitch swinging. Michaels got under it and pops out. One pitch, one out here in the fifth. Pitch number 98 from John Garland. He had not retired Michaels, who had homered and singled. Blum walked and scored in the second and struck out in the third. Garland's highest pitch count in an outing this year is 117. That came at Dodger Stadium May 19th. Pitcher spot, though, due up fourth in the bottom of the inning. So now that Garland is at 100 pitches, chances pretty good that we're looking at John's final inning of the night.
Yeah. And as a pitcher, you hope you get out of this inning with no more damage.
Didn't get the low strike there.
And it would be nice if, your team comes back the second half of this, bottom half of this inning. You're still the pitcher of record. At least maybe score 3, you get off the hook, or you score some more. And you become the pitcher of record with the W. Still a lot of game, though, left.
Eck throwing out Blum, 2 down. Yeah, a lot of baseball still to go here tonight. Bases are empty for the third baseman, Chris Johnson.
I'll tell you what, though, the 3 runs that stand up there right now in the second inning could be much worse.
Could have been a lot worse. And Hunter Pence, who ended the inning with the fielder's choice, hit the ball sharply, but fortunately right at Headley. That ball gets by. That's at least one more. Johnson has singled, walked, and scored. Astros made a trade today. In fact, their GM, Ed Wade, is here. They pulled the trigger with the Red Sox getting infielder Angel Sanchez in exchange for catcher Kevin Cash. And they expect Sanchez here tomorrow night and on the Major League roster. Sanchez has spent most of the season with the Red Sox AAA team at Pawtucket.
Guy who can play second base, can play shortstop. Jeff Blum's been getting most of the time at shortstop with Tommy Manzella on the DL.
Down the left field side, headed towards the corner. A one hopper up against the fence. Johnson into second with a 2-out double. Johnson on base a third time. He's 2 for 2 with a walk.
Well, last inning, John Garland faced 4 hitters. You're hoping for a 1-2-3 inning. 2 quick outs here in the fifth and an extra base hit that just bounces in front of the fence there, and Scotty Harrison gets it in nicely. We'd like to see a 1-2-3 inning. Hopefully he's left out there stranded.
Well, they'll just put Quintero on with first base open and bring up the pitcher, Brian Moeller. In case you didn't see the Honda dealer pregame show, Padres made some moves today, activating Matt Stairs off the disabled list. Sent Aaron Cunningham down to AAA. Designated pitcher Sean Gallagher for assignment and activated Tim Stauffer off the disabled list today. And there's all what happened today. And Bud was asked about the decision, Cunningham or Denorfia, and he said, look, Aaron's the younger player. He needs the at-bats every day. Denorfia is a little older guy. We kept him here. Cunningham, we want to play him every day, so they sent him to Portland. And Stauffer's back.
Good to see Timmy back. The arm strength is there. Getting stretched out after the appendectomy.
Yeah, what an unforeseen bad break for Stauffer, who was pitching so well. And then to have that out of the blue. Strike on the 2-seamer, 0-2. Moeller called out on strikes in the second. And rolled into an inning-ending fielder's choice in the third.
Look at Brian Mueller. No gloves. Going old school.
Going right. Vladdy Guerrero.
Yeah, right out of the, Vlad Guerrero. Good call. Mark Grace. Love that.
Fouls it. How about Vladimir Guerrero beating up on his old team recently? Rangers and
wasn't he
Angels.
Like 10 for 16 in the series?
16 in the series against the Angels.
Bad Vlad.
Garland trying to keep this a 3-0 game. 2 on, 2 out. So the Astros 5th. Broken bat, slow roller, charged by Jerry, and the short toss to Eck for the force out ends the inning. Another Maple bat casualty. Venable, Hundley, and Jerry Hairston do up. Bochy hits a walk-off homer in the 10th to beat Nolan Ryan and the Astros 6-5.
Now, what's so odd about that?
That Nolan Ryan was still pitching the game in the 10th inning.
Exactly. You'd never see that these days. And I'm sure Ryan wasn't too happy because he and Boch were teammates with the Astros.
Nolan Ryan moved through, what, 7 no-hitters?
Yep.
Do you remember how many of those came actually with Houston?
I'm going to say, the one that sticks out is the one when I forgot who made the last start. I think it might have been Dusty Baker, but I'm going to guess one with the Astros.
Yeah, right. One in 1981, which was Nolan's 5th career no-hitter. So just one of his no-hitters came in an Astros uniform. Swing and a miss by Venable. By the way, the Astros, which have been around since '62, 10 no-hitters in their history. 2 by Don Wilson.
I saw one for Mike Scott in the Dome, 1986.
Scott, he's got one. Larry Durker, Ken Forsch, Darryl Kyle. Their most recent no-hitter was when 6 pitchers combined at Yankee Stadium back in June of '03. Oswalt started that game. We'll see Roy Oswalt tomorrow. 2 balls and a strike on Venable, who popped out to second his first time up. Infielders play him to pull. Fouled back. Well, he's had the back issue.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he mentioned it's on the right lower side.
Yeah, went to his knee and then grabbed his right side. Yep, you're right.
Hopefully that doesn't continue to be an issue for Will. He hits it foul softly up the first base line. I said it started late in a game a couple of nights ago, and then when he was doing some after game work in the weight room, it seemed to aggravate it. Hopefully he didn't just tweak it a couple of swings ago. He's leading off the Padre fifth in a 2-2.
Backdoor slider here.
Fastball on the outside corner. And Moeller, who had not recorded a strikeout through the first 3 2/3, got Headley to win the fourth, and now gets Venable to begin the fifth.
Boy, that ball looks like it was off the plate, huh?
First pitch strike to Hundley.
Let's look at a pitch track, Marco. Yeah. Good fastball. And out of the box.
Nick, first time up, hit one hard, line to left. Jason Michaels, the left fielder, spun around a time or two, but jumped up and caught it. Padres have not really been able to put much together off Moeller tonight. 2 hits, a Headley single in the second, and a Gwynn single in the third. They have not had a base runner even reach as far as second as of yet. And yeah, Moeller's next pitch is 65th of the night. The 2-2 drops down and away. Nick making his 44th start of the season behind the plate tonight. Padres record 24-19 with Nick as the starting catcher. Down low, ball 4 and a 1-out walk. The first walk given up by Moeller. Here's Jerry Hairston. The pitcher spot due up next, and Denorfia has come into the on-deck circle. There's Denorfia, so he can't really pitch around Jerry here. Ball 1 down and away. Jerry's first at bat came in the third, and he fouled out to the first baseman Berkman. Three runs, 6 hits for the Astros. No runs, 2 hits for the Padres. Houston has stranded 9. Padres have left 2. And in reality, Bud, this score could be much more out of hand than just 3-0.
Absolutely. And, you know, I was just going to mention about Moeller. It's not like that he's got electric stuff, but I don't think he's thrown anything back to back. I mean, he's thrown 80 mile an hour or 83 mile an hour fastballs. He's thrown change-ups. He's thrown backdoor sliders. He's going up and down out of the zone, just trying to keep guys off balance. Nothing overpowering by any means.
Fouled away. It's certainly not overpowering, but what he has thrown has had enough movement. He's used that cutter a lot, the slider. Keep the hitters off balance.
And only that one walk, right, to Hundley, the first walk of the evening. So he is around the plate.
And really the two hardest hit balls, one by Hundley in the second and Adrian in the fourth, caught by outfielders. So he had a couple of atom balls that helped him along the way, but all in all, pitching a nice game. See if Jerry can help change that. Breaks his bat, and bouncing ball to Blum. His play will be at first, and out by a step is Hairston. So Hundley down to second with 2 down.
And doing that will help your night as well as a pitcher. You don't throw that hard, you create a little movement on the inside part of the plate. Yeah, you break that shillelagh. Seriously into the kitchen of Jerry Hairston.
Brad Arnsberg, the pitching coach of the Astros, sprints out to the mound.
Probably a little scouting report on Denorfia as he is announced as the pinch hitter.
Brad Arnsberg in his first year as the pitching coach for the Astros. In 5 seasons, the last 5 seasons as the Toronto pitching coach, and before that, pitching coach for Montreal and the Florida Marlins.
So you can close the book on Garland.
And 5 innings for John tonight. 3 runs, 6 hits. Walked 6, a couple of them intentional. Struck out 3. Denorfia 0 for 3 as a pinch hitter. Make it 1 for 4. Around third, Hundley headed home. Pinch has got a great arm, throws up the line and off the glove of Quintero. Chris Denorfia with the pinch hit RBI single gets the Padres on the board in the 5th. Tell you what, Hunter Pence has got a hose out there in right field. 6 outfield assists, but his throw is just enough offline.
Yes, he does. And when this ball was struck and hit the Hunter Pence in right field, I was thinking, you got to go, Nick Hundley. You better get on your horse. And, well, that was a very catchable ball for Quintero. I thought. I don't know whether he thought he heard maybe footsteps of Hundley, like he was going to get, he was teed up and he was getting ready to get a forearm. But it was a little tentative going after that ball. Now, if he caught that ball, I don't know whether... Would he have got a good chance of getting Hundley?
Well, I think Nick could have avoided the tag, but it seemed like the throw was up the third base line enough that Nick may have been able to avoid the tag. It seemed like Nick and the throw came in right about the same location. Not one of Pence's better throws, but you can not count on that every time. The guy's got a great arm in right field.
See him just shaking that arm out there.
But with 2 outs, and you haven't had much offense, you can certainly understand why you're going to take a chance here.
Yeah, that would have been tough if he would have caught that ball cleanly. He's shaking that arm. He's been shaking that arm. Did that throw look kind of awkward to you? Maybe. Looked like
he really got a lot of air under.
Well, the thing I noticed, it almost like a pitcher, almost like he opened up his front side a little bit too quickly. Watch how he. It almost like he catapulted it rather than thrown it, you know?
It was a strong throw, but wasn't the normal crisp, fluid throw.
Yeah.
And as a result, offline, up that third base line. Now Tony trying to keep the inning alive. A breaking ball from Bowler is low. Curve takes it to 2-2.
Boy, good curveball. Tony may have gotten a call on that one. That ball looked like it was caught low, but it looked like a pretty good pitch over the plate.
Tony is fly to right and single to left. 1 out of 2. Inside. Missing with the cutter, and it's a full count. Now this crowd's starting to come alive. The 3-2 to Tony Gwynn. Just missed inside. The second walk of the inning. Two on, 2 outs. Second baseman David Eckstein, the hitter. And sends the catcher Quintero out for a very quick word.
And a good eye by Tony Gwynn. First of all, laying off that good curveball that he threw prior to that ball for, but laying off that pitch on the inside part of the plate that he gets a lot of hitters trying to swing at, get a weak grounder.
Strike on the outside corner.
Ball's off the plate, isn't it?
Looked away. Definitely looked outside.
Yeah, I don't think Eck liked that call either.
Trying to go away again, and Moeller misses off the corner with the cutter. A ball and a strike. Padres have Ryan Webb going in the bullpen, so it looks like we'll see Webb when this game does get to the 6th. 2 on, 2 outs. A run in the Padre 5th. The 1-1. Eck bounces it to second. Keppinger makes the toss to first. But San Diego does get on the board with the Denorfia RBI pinch hit base hit. We played 5. It's 3-1 Houston. And bring out right-hander Ryan Webb.
Well, it's close, but there's plenty of baseball to be played, and Ryan Webb is putting together a fantastic year. Hard sinker, 2-seamer, a slider. I mentioned it earlier, dropping that arm angle a little bit, creating a little bit more action on that 2-seamer. And the Houston Astro hitters are going to have to turn up the dial a little bit against Webb. 95, 96 on that fastball.
Face Bourne to lead off, and our leaderboard brought to you by Los Primos Mexican Food. 18 Southern California locations, home of the Monster Burrito. Bourne right now leading the National League in stolen bases by a fairly sizable margin over McCutcheon and Jose Reyes. 25 steals and 32 attempts for Bourne. Tonight 0 for 2. He's been intentionally walked at one time, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. Down low to Bourne. Headley in on the grass at third. Like everybody in the infield has to shorten up at least a step or two with Bourne. Fouled near the plate. With 2 strikes, Headley will back up about a step, even with the bag right at the edge of the grass. Webb's 1-2. Bourne gets jammed and tops it foul. Rockies did wind up beating the Giants 7-3, so San Francisco's now lost 6 in a row. They're just 2 games over 500 now. At 40 and 38. Rockies 42 and 37. Lifted down the left field line and slicing foul over there to give it a look. Scotty. Hey, there's that Astros unit you were talking about.
Yes. The rainbow stripes, if
you
want to call it that. Yeah, remember they on the back they had the baseball. That's Jose Cruz jersey. Number 25, I briefly saw that on the back.
And about every Little League team in the late 70s copied that.
Oh, yeah.
That was very popular. Two-two pitch. Did he? Foul tip. Yep. Into the glove of Nick. A strikeout of Bourne. What was the name on the back of the jersey? Was that a Cruz jersey you said?
Jose Cruz. Chop chop. Cheo. As we take a look at the slider from Ryan Webb. Back door. Caught the bat. Hung on by Nick. See ya.
Very underrated player, Jose Cruz, the senior.
Great player.
Really good player. Keppinger first pitch swinging to the right is second, and Eck gobbles it up. 2 down. So Webb has set down the first 2 in the Astros 6th. It's the right fielder, Hunter Pence. He has singled, walked, and hit it to an inning-ending fielder's choice. First pitch swinging towards left center, but Tony time to gallop over and make the play. Ryan Webb getting a couple of quick outs and sets the side down in order in the Astros 6th. .com. For ceiling fans, go to San Diego. The youngsters at the ballpark.
I'm excited for this weekend. I mean, Independence Day weekend,
July weekend,
out at the ball yard, families, barbecues, baseball, beach towels,
fireworks. Oh, they're ready for the holiday. Nice and patriotic. Ball one outside for Moeller.
You know where the Declaration of Independence was signed?
Philadelphia?
No. On the bottom.
Thank you, John Hancock. Strike on the outside corner.
My daughter told me that one. Had to pass it along.
Big news coming out of Phoenix tonight.
Yes, how about that?
They have fired their manager, A.J. Hinch, the D-backs, and their GM,
Josh Burns. Yeah.
Jerry DiPoto is now the general manager, and Kirk Gibson the manager for the rest of the year for Arizona. Got under it, a high fly left field. Michael's trotting in. One out. Arizona is idle tonight. So they make the changes, firing manager A.J. Hinch.
Yeah.
So he spent, I'm trying to think of the chronology when Bob Melvin got fired. Hinch was not manager for much more than a full season.
That's
right. He didn't get a full season, but as far as being manager for a full season, over 2 different years. There's a strike to Scott Hairston.
Oh, some chirping?
Indeed there is. Ron Culpa, the plate umpire, over at the Padre dugout. And a glare as well, sending the stink eye towards the Padre dugout. And a plate on the right field side.
Well, here's the previous pitch before Ron Culpa was barking. He called it a strike. Ball looked like it was off the plate a little bit. Tough to tell.
Looked like it was off the plate, but not near as bad as the first pitch to Eck was off the plate.
Yeah. So as a pitcher, you got to go back out there, don't you?
Got to exploit it, right?
Yeah.
0-2's fouled off. Two to Scott. High fly to center, and it's Michael Bourne just in a couple of steps. 2 down.
Boy, just taking a little bit off here, going up the ladder there. Little wrinkle on the outside corner. You get a call here, you get a call there. Those are the things that get you into the 6th inning.
And 91 pitches for Moeller.
Yep. Oh.
Left-hander Gustavo Chacin up for Houston. Headley shortens up and takes ball 1. The Astro infield shifting here for Headley, a very similar shift to what they employed for Adrian. Everybody on the infield playing Headley to pull. A fly ball straight away center field. Bourne retreating back at the fence. Off the wall. Grabbed by Michaels on the carom, and into second is Headley with a 2-out double. Fastball tailed away a bit from Bourne. It looked like it hit right near the bottom of the fence.
Well, we've seen some hard-hit balls, but right at some people for Houston. At Houston, chase kicks extended. Looks like a pitch down and away. Nice, easy swing. And like you said, Mark, off the left-handed back, tailing and tailing. Hopefully a little two-out rally for San Diego.
Brad Mills, the manager of the Astros, out. You've got a lefty, Venable, coming up. And the lefty, Chacin, loose and ready in the Houston bullpen. Longest start so far this season has been 6 innings for Moeller. And he goes 5 2/3 tonight. This pitching change is brought to you by the Mark Condos. Luxurious downtown San Diego condos from the 300s. Go to themarksandiego.com. On comes Chacin. Member growth. Make your move and open an account today. And the left-hander Chacin now in for Houston.
4-pitch pitcher out of the bullpen for the Astros. A fastball, cutter, curve, and a change. Here's a guy that you get some runners on base. You can run on this guy. He's a mid-relief, long guy for Brad Mills. Not a hard thrower by any means. Mid-80s to 90 on that fastball.
Headley at second, 2 outs, and the Padres 6. 3-1 Houston leading. And Chacin with a strike on the high outside corner.
Hey, this bullpen for the Houston Astros, 4.61 ERA. So they can give up some runs.
That is 13th out of the 16 teams in the National League.
Now, to put that in comparison, the Padres with a 2.73 ERA.
Tops, not only in the National League, but in Major League Baseball. Quick chat. Montero and Chacin. Down and away, 2 balls and a strike. Chacin from Venezuela. 29-year-old, spent his first 11 pro seasons in the Blue Jays organization. Spent a little over 3 years of Major League time in the big leagues with Toronto. The 2-1 pitch. Up and away to Venable. And a right-handed hitter, Hundley, on deck. And a right-hander, Lopez, getting ready in the Astros bullpen. McQuill a little bit behind it. And a full count.
As I mentioned earlier, he doesn't throw that hard. That's an 87-mile-an-hour fastball up the ladder a little bit.
Three-two pitch. Venable back up the middle, but cheating that way was Blum, and he throws him out. Blum cheating up the middle, throwing out Venable, and the Padres can't take advantage of the 2-out Headley double. Digital telephone, ready for cheaper calls? Go to Cox.com. Hey, you're getting a look there into the Gaslamp Quarter. That's 5th Street and the Qualcomm party. They have the group Train performing tonight.
Train?
Yeah, remember Meet Virginia?
Right. Was Steve Winwood in Train?
No, you're thinking of Traffic.
I'm thinking of Traffic.
Train is a group. They were kind of popular. Big time. Meet Virginia.
I got my groups mixed
All
up.
right.
Traffic was back like in the 60s.
Yeah, no, 60s. Like
God, what am I thinking? Guys are up there and they're like walkers and everything. With the tennis balls on the bottom.
Still got your Everly Brothers CDs that you're playing. Berkman leading off the 7th. Webb back to work. He had a relatively quick 6th inning, but he needed only 9 pitches. Wave and a miss by Berkman. Struck out, grounded out, and lined to second. Astros scored all 3 of their runs in the second. A leadoff homer for Jason Michaels, and later in the inning, a Keppinger 2-out 2-run single. Padres scored in the 5th. A pinch hit RBI single from Kristen Orfia, plated Nick Hundley. Faced foul left side. Berkman, Michaels, and Blum in the Houston 7th. And Rides high, and it's 1-2. Padres and Astros opening up a 4-game series here tonight.
Hey, this is a big outing here for Ryan Webb. Close, middle of the game.
And he gets a strikeout of Berkman. Second K for Webb.
1, 2, 3 in the 6th. Now here to strike out Berkman with that nice slider. Let's take a look. Straight down. Nice tilt. Beautiful.
That's some movement.
Yes.
Good late movement.
Hey, not a bad guy to come in the middle of the game when it's close. That throws 96, 97 with some movement like that.
Well, Bud always says it's a performance-based game, which
sure
seems like an oversimplification, but that is the case. And with Webb, you look at the numbers, and the guy deserves to be thrown into game situations like this. Keep it close.
Oh, look at that sinker.
Wow. Good movement.
Nick Hundley couldn't even catch it cleanly. Look at the movement on this. Hey, Nick, how's your thumb feel?
Oh, that wasn't a foul tip.
No. That's just the tremendous movement, and Nick just couldn't catch up to it.
Able to block that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They always say guys in the bullpen, they pretty much pitch to their role with their performance.
Sure.
The 1-2 pitch to Michaels.
Slider.
Down and away. Michaels has the solo homer, a single, and he's popped to short, 2 for 3. Got a little piece of it to stay alive.
See, Michael's kind of even talking to himself a little bit like
nasty stuff.
This guy's doing an 87-mile slider. He's got a 95-mile-an-hour sinker into my hands. What is a man to do?
Three and 2. So full count on Michaels with 1 out in the Houston 7th. On the ground to Jerry Hairston. 2 outs. Went right back at him with that slider.
Yep.
Coming up, the San Diego Hyundai Dealers 7th inning. Stretch your dollars. Get more miles per gallon and the assurance of America's best warranty. Go to SanDiegoHyundaiDealers.com. Jeff Blum 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Sharp lead to the right is second. Backhanded by Epp. On to first. Side retired. Ryan Webb has done his job tonight out of the Padre bullpen, and it's time to stretch at Petco.
Change grip. There it is.
Yeah.
Look at the paws on that guy. Little splitty action. Curveball. Getting on top. Nice. Little two-seam action. Pronate in. Nice. Little slider. And a little greaser once in a while. Yeah. Scan never did that. He used sandpaper.
Since we were showing Scan, what was that pitch?
Oh, that looked like a high sinker trying to get into Greg Vaughn, and Greg Vaughn sent it out of the dome.
That was Scan, who pitched in 27 games for the Astros back in '98. That was May 22nd in '98. Gave up a home run to Greg Vaughn. You're right.
That's all right, Scan. A lot of people gave up home runs to Greg Vaughn.
Up the third baseline, foul off the bat of Hundley. We have a new hurler, Lopez, in the game for the Astros.
Wilton Lopez trying to hold a 2-run lead for Houston. Lopez, 3-pitch pitcher, fastball, slider, and a change. Around 90-ish on that fastball. Good sinker.
Fly ball right center field. Bourne on the run. He's not going to be able to get there. One hopper to the 400-foot side. Nick headed for second. Now for third. Here comes the relay, and he is safe with a head-first slide. Hundley with a second triple of the year. He finds the deep part of the yard here at Petco, and he leads off the Padres 7th with an extra base hit.
High slider. Lopez did not get it down. Nick stayed on it nicely. A lot of hitters will probably try to pull that ball to left center field. No need for the third base coach here because Nick Hundley's got the play right in front of him. Turning it on. It's a good way to start off this 7th. Hey, this Padre team, it's a 7th inning and later, showing some life. They show some life 1 through 9, no doubt about that, but they've scored later. We've seen that recently.
Gary takes a strike. With the pitcher spot due up next, and Oscar Salazar now in the on-deck circle for the Padres. Here's the new shortstop, Oswaldo Navarro. Part of a double switch. You have Navarro in the 9 spot for the Astros, and the pitcher Lopez in the 6 hole vacated by Blum. Down low from Lopez.
Hey, nice little game of pepper to the right side. Second base and shortstop, and that spells a run for San Diego. Navarro, Keppinger, Berkman playing way back. They will take an out for a run.
Jerry 0 for 2 tonight. Down and away. Tim Burdack, a left-hander, up for Houston. Milton Lopez spent quite a bit of time in the Padres organization. Bounced up the third base side. That is foul, says the plate umpire, and that's fortunate because Johnson came home with it, and Hundley would have been a dead duck at the plate.
And Nick was going on contact on that, right? As soon as that ball was struck, he was off and running from third base. It's a sinker in, topped. You know, Nick's got to just keep running. See him look back?
Yeah. He slowed up there.
Yeah.
And I think he could see the plate umpire as well calling foul. Right. 2-2 on Jerry. Hairston is fouled to first and grounded to short. And now I ask for time.
You know, Lopez is going to be around the plate. In 30-plus innings, he's only walked 3. So, but he's got that nasty sinker. He's got a good-looking sinker. Get some grounders.
Oh! Diving catch by Berkman. Wow. Not only robs the Padres of a run there, but another hit, and they get the first out of the inning, and it keeps Hundley at third. Well, he had the cat-like reactions of a Puma there.
No doubt.
They are doing more on defense, brought to you by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot, and that's big-time play for the Astros from their first baseman, Lance Berkman, who's playing off the line.
Absolutely. What can you say? Just good positioning. Jerry Harrison, nothing you can do during that at-bat. It looked like he just missed an open goal in the World Cup soccer with that reaction. Great play.
So one down, and Salazar is the pinch hitter. Oscar, a fly ball, shallow left, medium left. Let's see if it's deep enough. Michaels makes the catch. Hundley tags. The throw coming home will not be in time. Oscar wasting no time. Getting the RBI on the sac fly. Takes a little bit of the sting out of that great defensive play by Berkman, and it makes it a 3-2 game.
And Salazar pinch hitting there, just jumping all over that first pitch. It looked like a high sinker. It just got in him a little bit.
For Salazar, his 15th run batted in, and here's the top of the order in Tony Gwynn. First pitch strike from Wilton Lopez. Tony's reached his last 2 times up with a single in the 3rd and a walk in the 5th. Up the middle and into center. So Glenn has now reached his last 3 times up, and there's the tying run at first with 2 outs.
Boy, this Padre team putting together good at-bats, putting the ball in play. When you talk about putting the ball in play this game, you know, Moeller wasn't blowing anybody away by any stretch, right? He's not throwing that hard. Only a couple of punch-outs. They were back-to-back in the 4th and to start the 5th. So the Padres putting together some good at-bats, putting the ball in play.
And 5 2/3 for Moeller, the starting pitcher for the Astros. 1 run, 4 hits, 2 walks, 2 Ks, 94 pitches. Montero and Lopez to discuss. Lopez, 26-year-old from Nicaragua, who has been 07 and 08 in the Padres minor league system. Played at Lake Elsinore, Fort Wayne, AA San Antonio, Portland in 08. And the Astros claimed him off waivers from the Padres April of 2009. Made his debut in the big leagues with Houston last year. Pitch out, nothing doing.
Hey,
Troy Aikman here.
Yeah.
Part of the ownership group there with Jeff Morad. And Tom Garfinkel on the left as well.
2006 Hall of Fame class in Canton.
Strike to Eck, 1-1.
He was pretty good, wasn't he?
Not a bad player. Another quick chat for Lopez.
A lot of people forget that he started at Oklahoma and then went to UCLA.
Yeah, that's right. Went to high school in Henrietta, Oklahoma.
You know, the New York
balk. Lopez.
Hey, another break. Runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Let's see what he does. Okay, he's getting the sign. He started and then stopped. Did you see that?
Just a little twitch of the right arm. It wasn't much.
Yep. Once you're in contact with that rubber, you peer in to get that sign. If you start your motion to go into the stretch, watch, he's getting the sign, Start a little bit. It almost looked like he started to go back into the set position. He stopped, started and stopped, and that's a balk.
So the tying run at second. First balk of the career. Lopez. Let's see if the Padres can make it hurt. Eck in the hole, the 1-2. Tonight, David has flied out twice and grounded out.
Well, look at how far Berkman is off the first base line as we take a look at the Astros bullpen.
Lyon has joined Burdack in the Astros pen. Eck protecting and fouls it right over by the Padre dugout. Somebody went ducking for cover over there wisely inside the dugout. Salazar and Jerry Hairston. Eck up the middle. Here comes Tony. The throw by Board. He is safe. Eck down to second. He's out. But he ties the game with an RBI single. '21st run batted in for Eckstein. So they do make the ball curtain. Board's throw doesn't get.
More, you know what I'm saying? He probably would have been in contact with Bad, but once again, a bang-bang play. Just great at-bats put together by the Padres there. Tony Gwynn singling up the middle, the balk into scoring position, and right-hander Mike Adams enters the game here in the 8th. Last time out for Mike was against the Rockies. Look out.
Broken bat. Johnson, a little flare into center. Tony makes the running catch. One pitch, one out for Mike Adams here in the 8th.
Last time out for Mike was in the 8th inning against the Rockies on Tuesday. He pitched an inning. He struck out 2 rocks. And once again, another great graphic out of the bullpen. As you take a look at those numbers for Mike Adams. You know, I'll bet you a lot of people, when they look at the statistics of these relievers for the Padres, oh, that's got to be a misprint.
That's a typo.
That's a typo. No, not the case.
Roberto Quintero, all one inside. Walked a couple of times. The last time was intentionally in the 5th. 3-3 game. The Astros with 3 in the second. Padres 1 in the fifth and 2 in the just completed seventh to tie it up. That's in the air to left field. Scotty going back and on the track has it. Hit pretty well by Quintero, but it stayed in the yard for Scott. 2 gone in the eighth.
Couple of things. Sounded like it was off the end of the bat, and Quintero kind of out in front of that just a little bit, kind of feeling for that. Not really set back, and whammy, Gene Tennis whammy to get that one out in front and send it out of here. That's all it takes is just a little bit now off that sweet spot.
Gene Tennis, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Little Champ Kind reference.
Yeah. Osvaldo Navarro batting for the first time. He came in as part of a double switch in the last inning. This guy signed by the Astros as a minor league free agent last offseason. In the hole 0-2. He spent 8 seasons in the Mariners organization. His only previous major league time, 4 games with the Mariners late in the 2006 season. Just a hair off the outside corner with the mid-90s fastball. That's where you're supposed to say, how do you take that pitch?
Yeah, exactly. But you know why they take it? Because they can't hit it.
Not going to do much with it. Huh?
Right.
Breaky ball down and away. Navarro off the bench. Keep in mind, they still have Carlos Lee available on the Astros bench tonight. He was not in the lineup. It was an 0.71 lifetime hitter against Garland, 1 for 14. And they wanted to give him the night off in general. Fouled and hit him in the batter's box. Lee, though, has been a .340 career hitter against the Padres. So keep in mind that Brad Mills has that bullet still in his holster late in this game. Right center field. Tony now angling back, but has it measured. The Padre bullpen has been perfect tonight. Adrian will lead off when we come back. Padres full season ticket plan today and get all remaining August and September home games included. Plus, your stretch run plan includes Padres postseason priority. Plans start as low as $61 a month. Call 619-795-5555 to get your Padres stretch run plan today. New pitcher Brandon Lyon.
4-pitch pitcher. As you take a look at the numbers from Brandon, fastball, cutter, curve, and a change. Fewer hits than innings pitched. A guy who was closed before in the past. Sometimes command has been an issue with Mr. Lyon. A guy you have to be patient with.
His appearance on Monday at Milwaukee, he struck out all 4 batters that he faced. And he's ahead of Adrian 0-2. Adrian tonight is grounded to second. The hardest ball he hit was in the 4th. He lined to right, a ball that Pence caught. And in the 6th, Adrian flied to left. Upstairs with the 89-mile-per-hour fastball. Adrian, then Scott Hairston and Chase Headley in the Padre 8th in a 3-3 game. Popped up on the left side. Third baseman Johnson now coming into the edge of the grass to make the catch.
Looked like Lyon went up the ladder a second time. That 0-2 pitch was up and out of the zone by design. He went right back to it. Lyon's been one of those guys who's pretty much done it all. Came up early with Toronto as a starter, and then made a nice little living out of the bullpen with the Red Sox. And I remember him all those years with Arizona.
Hey, you mentioned the times he spent as a closer. 9 saves for Boston in 03, 14 for Arizona in 05, 26 for the D-backs in 08, 3 last year for Detroit. All one outside to Scott Hairston. Lyon, the 4th Astros pitcher of the game. Here 1-1. Fouled away.
The reason why I'm laughing is because it's so comical to see, right below us are those seats, and right below the writing press, just to see some of these people go after these foul balls. And that ball gets up on them quickly, and they don't know how to react. Get out of the way. Don't get tossed. Don't get tossed.
Now the plate umpire, Ron Culpa, just threw him out. I don't think Ron Culpa initially saw Scott drop his bat, and then he went and picked it up.
Yeah, when he rang him up on that call, he turned it, to make the call. He didn't see Scotty flip his bat. I'm wondering what he said or did to pull the trigger to make him toss him. Well, here's the pitch. Pretty good pitch. Right on the inside corner, according to Tracks. Now, Scotty, here's the call. Umpire turns his back, makes the call, flips his bat like that, and then
he went back after him. That's what it looked like. He went after Scott.
What's your problem? See ya. Wow.
It's down low to Headley. Headley jammed and pulls it foul.
Well, this will be a good look. Okay, the umpire makes the call. Scotty flips his bat, and then Scotty picks up his bat, and then does the umpire say? It looks like the umpire says something because Scotty came up and kind of looked at him like, "Hey, well, what did you say?"
Yeah, exactly. That is fair. Past third, down into the left field corner. Headley on his way to second. Michaels plays it in. It's a 2-out double. It's been a 3-hit night for Chase Headley in his second double of the game.
His second 2-out double as well in the 6th inning. 2 outs, double. He was left stranded. Hopefully something different happens this inning to break that 3-3 tie. Nice piece of hit by Chase, using the whole field this evening. Lyon goes up and away on a flat sinker. Johnson way off the line.
They will put the left-handed bat of Venable on to bring up the right-handed batting Nick Hundley. The Astros playing the percentages here.
Okay, so Harrison's out of the game, right? Scotty?
Well, the problem is...
What type of scorecard management you've got?
The Padres
Stairs
have already used Denorfia.
Right.
You know, if you're thinking Cunningham, he was sent down to AAA today. Salazar's been used. You've got Stairs.
He's just coming off a bad knee.
Right. You have Cabrera and Torrealba, so you probably are going to have to put Cabrera in at short and put Jerry Hairston
in left
into the left field.
Yep.
All 3 Padre runs they've scored tonight have come with 2 down. Stairs just off the DL today. We have that left-handed bat available on the bench tonight. Here's Nick. He's walked and tripled his last 2 plate appearances and scored twice. A little floater, but caught by the second baseman Keppinger. Off the end of the bat. And the Padres strand 2 and have now left 7. And save at Padres.com. A couple of changes for the Padres, including new hurler Heath Bell.
It's been a while for Heath Bell out there. He was out there against the Florida Marlins back on the 26th of June. Recorded his 21st save. So the save is out the window here since the Padres are at home and we're tied up at 3 in the 9th.
Cabrera does come into the game. He's going to bat in the 4th spot, vacated by the ejected Scott Hairston, and plays short. And Jerry Hairston moves from short to left field.
Nice going, Karnak.
Didn't take a brain surgeon to figure that one out.
It didn't?
No. Top of the order, Michael Bourne. 3-3 game. The Astros scored 3 in the second. A solo homer from Jason Michaels and a 2-run single from Jeff Keppinger. Padres 1 in the 5th on a Denorfia pinch hit RBI single. 2 more in the 7th for San Diego. On a sac fly from Salazar and an RBI base hit tied it.
Well, I know it's key for any inning for that pitcher to get that first hitter out, especially a guy like Michael Bourne who can run, keep that speed off the bases.
Henley in on the grass at third. Fastball at 92 is a strike. Three runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Padres. 3-6-0 for the Astros. Houston stranded 9. Padres have left 7. That curveball is chopped up the middle. He's going to have to hurry. Cabrera can't get it out of the glove. Just inserted into the game. And Bourne is on with an infield hit to begin the 9th.
Just couldn't find the handle. Plain and simple. Hey, well, you know what? You know what I'm going to say, don't you?
I do.
That should be an error. Why is that not an error? Because the guy had to take 5 strides in? And I'm not. That play's got to be made, don't you think?
Well, there's some external factors.
But you know what? If he feels that clean. But
yeah,
okay, it's almost like if you take into consideration the whole picture, right? When he gloved that ball, was ready to throw, Bourne was 3 steps from the bag.
Seems like they always give the benefit of the doubt to
exactly,
the hitter.
and I know they do, and that's what kind of
get the bunt down. A look at second, but Adrian goes to first, and the 3-4 sacrifice for Keppinger. So the Astros have a chance with the heart of their order with Pence coming up and then Berkman to try to get the go-ahead run in.
Well, we've seen Adrian so many times try to make that play, but, you know, late in the game like this, when in doubt, get the out. Plus, with the speed of Bourne, he's off when that ball is bunted. As soon as that ball hits the ground, he sees the ball off the bat, heading towards the ground. He is off and running. No use in trying to throw it to second base, even though it's a force play. Get that important out at first.
Right fielder Hunter Pence takes outside. Got a base hit in the first, Pence did, and in the 4th walked. Go ahead run is at second. Scooped up by Nick. Bourne with the great speed at second. Taking a quick look around. See where the outfielders are positioned. 2-0. Pence fouls it away. Pence an all-star last year. He has hit 25 home runs each of the last 2 seasons. He has a team high 11 home runs coming into tonight. There he goes for third. The pitch is fouled back. Bourne trying to take third with one out and got a pretty darn good jump.
Sometimes pitchers will one look at second base. Heath Bell looking and then towards the plate kicking, and timed perfectly by Bourne. And plus with the right-handed hitter up there, that would have been tough for Nick Hundley with that jump with the right-handed hitter to move behind that right-handed hitter. I mean, that's a step, maybe a step and a half. And by that time, that's 2 or 3 steps from Bourne.
They're trying to keep him a little bit closer. And Heath steps that way. Another step off and step towards second by Bell. Wave and a miss. He's tagged by Hundley, and that's a strikeout. 2 down.
Boy, he missed with location, but you know what? When you throw 96, Pence going after that high fastball. He wanted it down and away, and apply the tag for the putout.
Now they'll walk Berkman, who's been a much better left-handed hitter than right-handed hitter. They'll bring up Michaels, who's had a pretty good night tonight with a home run and a couple of hits.
Hey, so how key is that foul ball off the bat of Pence when Bourne was running? You know, if he takes it or swings through it, I'm guessing that would be a stolen base, right?
Right, and it changes Pence's approach. I mean, Padres probably going to bring the infield in, a fly ball, deep enough, gets the go-ahead run in. Yeah, that's a big non-play, so to speak. So an intentional pass to Berkman. They put him on, and it's going to bring up the left fielder, Jason Michaels, who opened up the scoring tonight. Leading off the second against John Garland, taking him deep to left, up into the second deck.
That was a 2-0 slider from John Garland. Just kind of rolled it up there. And John will not be getting a decision tonight as the score is tied.
A pitch around Berkman to get to Michaels, who has excellent career numbers against Heath. Fastball upstairs, ball one. Pitcher's spot due up next. And Carlos Lee has come into the on-deck circle. There's a strike. In addition to the home run, Michaels has a single. He's 2 for 4. Fouled back and out of play.
Good location on that good fastball at 95. Michaels cannot catch up to that heater down and away. Let's see what Nick's going to throw down here with runners at first and second. Fastball away.
Fouled away at 96. They want to talk it over.
Last couple of pitches, fastballs away. Michaels has fouled them off well over the Padre dugout. Cannot catch up. You do one of two things. Three things. Go back out there. I mean, I defy a guy who can't catch up to a fastball away to try to catch up to a fastball in. Even tougher. Because the barrel of the bat has to travel farther out front. Or a hard curveball that Nick Hundley can smother in front of himself. Now we got blocked. Fastball away. Fastball in.
Fastball up, foul down the right field side. All right, you have those options again.
So he tried to go right back out there, just elevated that one.
I'll let you guess along again. Where are you going to go this time?
You know what I would? 1 and 2. A fastball in, but get it in. If he can't catch up to a 95-mile fastball away where it just extends the bat that way, even if it's middle in, he shook off a curveball. Looks like he went back to the fastball.
Gas up and in. Two and two.
I just think, A, he can't catch up to the fastball, and B, if he throws him a breaky ball, he's got a better chance, I think, of locating a good fastball than throwing a breaky ball and missing and speeding up his bat and getting hurt.
There's the curveball, popped in the air, shallow center. Tony coming in, Eck out, and it is Tony. We have a leadoff base hit by Bourne. There was an intentional walk. The Astros strand 2. Hairston, Cabrera, and Gwynn coming up in the Padre ninth.
And the hits innings pitched. 33 hits, 23 innings pitched. And boy, 333 opponent's batting average. Sampson is listed as a mid-relief guy. Fastball, cutter, slider, curve, and a change. Not an overpowering guy at all.
8-9-1. Jerry Hairston, then Cabrera and Gwynn. When Bud was forced to make the move, when Scott was thrown out, he put Bell in Scott Hairston's spot, which is the cleanup position, and put Cabrera in the pitcher spot in the 9 hole. So Cabrera is due up second in this inning, and a ball outside takes it to 2-0 on Jerry. Jerry 0 for 3. Last time up, he was absolutely robbed by Berkman on a liner that Berkman dove to his right and caught. There's a strike. 3-3 game. The Astros scored all 3 of their runs in the second. The Padres got on the board in the 5th with 1 and added 2 in the 7th. 3-3 in the 9th. Padres with 8 hits. Astros with 7. Astros have left 11 on base. Padres 7. And a high fly left field. Michaels coming in towards the line and makes the catch.
Off the end of the bat. Out in front just a little bit.
Jerry not happy with the outcome of that at bat.
He knew he had a pitch to rip at. Just a little bit too quick.
Cabrera batting for the first time in the game. Bounces away, and it's 2-0. Pitcher Sampson came off the disabled list on June 22nd. He had rotator cuff tendonitis. He's made 4 appearances, this being his 5th since coming off the DL. And his high strike runs it to 2-1. Ground ball left side, backhanded. Navarro throws to first, close but out. Pitcher Chris Sampson, originally drafted as a shortstop out of Texas Tech.
Red Raiders.
Indeed, and played a year in '99, gave it up, then came back in '03 as a pitcher.
Sounds like a Trevor Hoffman story, kind of, huh? Trevor went to the University of Arizona as a shortstop,
right?
And then
Sampson from 2000 to 2002 just gave up the game. In fact, he went and coached at a community college for a while in Plano, Texas. Got back in the game as a pitcher. Made it to the big leagues for the first time in '06 with the Astros.
It's a good story.
1-1 to Tony. Breaking ball strike. He's reached his last 3 times up. 2 singles, a walk. And then he scored the tying run in the 7th. This game is a strike away from extra innings. Barely inside, and 2-2. Full count.
Yeah, Tony's done a fine job of recognizing those pitches in and off the plate. Remember, he drew that walk in the 5th inning. Fastball inside, just off the plate for ball 4. He laid off a fastball in this at-bat and then just spit on that breaking ball down and in.
This game headed to extra innings. Padres go in order in the ninth. San Diego headed to extra frames for the 11th time. Now powered by Sign On San Diego. Visit 4SD.com for programming and schedule information. Looks like it's 10:15, bud.
Yeah, just about, huh?
And it's the 10th inning, and here comes Luke Gregerson.
Either that or remember, a broken clock is right twice a day. Well, the numbers, once again, folks, just for your information, that is not a typo, not a misprint. Talk about Luke Gregerson all season long. He's put together a gem. Hey, consideration for the All-Star team, great numbers, but setup guys never get that love. Middle relievers never get that love. And there's a lot of guys in the National League who are having good years, starters and closers alike, and those are the guys who usually get the nod for the Midsummer Classic.
Houston 4-2 in extra innings this year. Padres 6-4 in extras, including a 4-2 record in extra innings here at Petco Park. Jason Bourgeois batting to begin the 10th. He bats for the pitcher. 6, 7, and 8 part of the order. Rounded to first. That is fair behind the bag, and Adrian takes 2 steps for out number 1.
It's tough coming off the bench and facing any pitcher, right? But when you come off the bench like Bourgeois and try to hit that Luke Gregerson slider, buena suerte.
Hey, Chris Johnson now will.
Or bon chance, I should say, since Bourgeois was up.
Ooh, that takes the mask of Hundley right off. Yesterday against the Rockies, he got his cage rattled.
Oh, right in the chin. See, that. Look at the jawbone.
It's basically like getting punched in the jaw.
Absolutely. You get knocked from the nose up on that mask. You're going to take the brunt of it, obviously, in the top of the forehead. But you get down there, that's potential knockout city right there.
And
literally getting knocked out.
Yeah, and you and I, we were in the clubhouse in Miami. We picked up that mask, and the amazing thing about the catcher's mask is how light they are.
What did we come to the conclusion?
It's less than
8 ounces.
It's
10
less
ounces?
than a pound what they weigh.
Yeah.
In the center field, and Tony, 2 outs. Remember the old catcher's mask? Those things,
they weighed a ton.
Look like a bird cage.
Yeah.
Hey, I think Nick's still kind of.
Oh, yeah. You know, I tried to. You know, I should have put like a can of soda or something in my hand. That thing does not weigh even close to a can of soda.
I was stunned how little the catcher's mask weighs. And then we picked up Torrealba's just to make sure that it wasn't Nick's.
Right.
Yeah, his was the same.
Yep.
Two outs, nobody on in the Astros 10th. Alberto Quintero walked a couple of times, once intentionally. Lined out to left. His last time up. He's ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes.
Hey.
Sharply foul past third. All the other baseball is finished. Guy got his souvenir. And uh-oh, where's that going? That's outside, 3-1. Rockies beat the Giants 7-3. The Dodgers are idle tonight. 3-1 pitch, and he walked him.
That's uncharacteristic, huh?
Very much so for Luke. And only the 5th walk he's allowed all season. And it wasn't all that long ago. He went 100-plus batters
right
in a row without issuing a walk. Waldo Navarro batting in the 9th spot. Takes the slider that's inside. He came into the game as part of a double switch in the 7th, so this is just his 2nd at bat. In the 8th, he flied out to center. That one down low. So at the end of the night, the Padres will either be 2.5 up or 3.5 up on the Dodgers. And will need a win to stay 5 up on the Rockies. If they don't, the Rockies will be 4 back. It's Colorado 1. Giants lost their 6th in a row tonight. There's a strike. Fouled at the plate.
You know, this is a rhetorical question. You're taking a look at the numbers of Luke Gregerson when he was in the minor leagues with the Cardinals. How did they throw his name into the batch that you could pick from?
The numbers were very pedestrian. You know what it was?
I mean, the numbers are great. Fewer hits than innings pitched every year, and by a significant amount.
Look out, up and in. I believe it was Van Smith.
Always more strikeouts than innings pitched.
Van Smith, one of their pro scouts, really loved his slider, and he said, this is the guy you need to take it.
Yeah. Saved 29 games in Palm Beach, which is the Florida State League, but still, 29 games is 29 games.
But as here comes the 3-2 pitch inside, and it walked. Wow, back-to-back walks from Gregerson.
That's really odd.
Didn't see back-to-back walks coming here. But still tough, even with great our numbers like that in A-ball and Double-A, to extrapolate that to what he's done here is still pretty much a leap of faith.
Yeah.
Castro, who's really become one of their top prospects now in the big leagues. Catcher is going to pinch run for Quintero. He can stay in the game and catch. Top of the order, Michael Bourne, 2 on, 2 outs. He's gotten a lot more serious after Luke quickly dispatched to the first 2, and now he's in a wild streak here.
Just doesn't seem to have the same touch and same feel for that slider. Does it seem a little cooler tonight than nights before?
It does seem a little cooler. 2-0 as that's low.
So remember the other day I mentioned something about a little bit more humidity in the air. Maybe, you know, certain pitchers have different feels for the baseball when there's a different climate. I'm not saying that's the case here for Luke, but that it is a difference in climate than it was the other night.
Well, 9 walks handed out by Padre pitching tonight. Now 3 of those have been intentional, but still the walk total is very high tonight.
There it is.
Two on, 2 outs in the Houston 10th in a 3-3 game. Bourne waves and misses. That slider wound up out of the zone, down, but he chased it.
Well, that's the slider we know and love. Pitch prior to that, the backdoor variety coming around the other side with lefty, and this one down and in.
Bourne sends it to right center field. Gwynn has to chase it all the way to the fence. Castro scoring. Navarro headed for the plate, and Bourne's at third with a 2-run triple, and it's 5-3 Astros. Just the second triple of the year for Michael Bourne.
A slider that just caught too much of the plate. And this is a perfect example of when a guy's bat is sped up, because see where the defense was playing? He totally beat the defense because the pitch was too much of the plate. Off-speed pitch enabled him to get out in front and pull the ball because Tony was playing on the shortstop side of second base. The intent there, I think, was, see where Nick was set up?
Well, no question, Tony was looking for him to go the other way to left center field. He had a much longer run to chase that into right center. So a 2-out rally here for Houston in the 10th, which began with a couple of walks. And now Keppinger, the hitter, down and away, a sliding pickup by Hundley.
Here's that triple. See, Nick was down and in. He wanted it down and in like the previous pitch, but it's left inner third, enabling him to pull the ball, therefore beating the defense and getting the triple.
Well, the walks have hurt the Padres. They've issued 9, and 4 of the 5 runs scored by Houston reached via walks. Keppinger with a 2-run single in the second. A little floater into right, and that's going to drop and bring in the 3rd run of the inning. Bourne crosses the plate, and it is 6-3 Houston.
Well, sometimes the hitter, you just flick the bat out there. It was a ball if taken, and you just got to say to yourself, my goodness, threw a pitch off the plate. Sometimes those are going to find the garden spot out there in the outfield, and that's exactly what happened with Keppinger.
Left-hander Joe Thatcher now up for the Padres. Gregerson retired the first two. Quickly got the pinch hitter Bourgeois on a ground ball to first. Johnson fly to Gwynn at center, but then a walk to Quintero. Navarro walked, and then Bourne with the big hit, the 2-out RBI triple.
Hey, we all know that Luke Gregerson is human, obviously, right? It's just so uncharacteristic. Back-to-back walks from the right-hander.
Well, now looking at the bottom of the 10th, the Padres have the heart of the order, 2, 3, and 4. Eck, Adrian, and then the pitcher spot is in the 4-hole, so you're probably looking at Stairs. The other available bat on the bench is Torey Alba. Strike one to Hunter Pence.
You know what I like about Luke Gregerson? Obviously the numbers. You can just don't even talk about the numbers. Luke's got a good head on his shoulders to where he won't let outings like this bother him. First of all, because he hasn't had many, right? But you can just tell by his body language on the mound. He's got the poise on the mound right now as if he's just gone 1, 2, 3 and he's out there for a second inning. He's not kicking the dirt or throwing a tantrum or. I think that's a great quality to have as a reliever, especially when you've done so well.
Broken back, ground ball to short. Cabrera up with it and close, but they got him at first. The 3 runs for the Astros in the 10th, all with 2 outs. Last chance. Padres coming up. Bottom of the 10th, Padres down 3 early, tied it. Now they're down 3 in the bottom of the 10th and face the Astros closer, Matt Lindstrom.
Fastball, slider, and a split from Matt Lindstrom. This guy can get it up there now, folks. 99 miles an hour on the fastball. Full effort, max effort type delivery from the right-hander.
Eck pops it in the air, shallow center, Bourne, and the second baseman out, and it's caught by Keppinger. Adrian 0 for 4 tonight. Hardest ball he hit in the 4th. He lined to right. It was caught by Hunter Pence. Ball one outside. Pitcher spot. HOU up next. Stairs has moved into the on-deck circle. A strike from Lindstrom. It was off speed, and Adrian swings and misses at the slider, and it's 1-2.
And that is a nice, tight slider from Lindstrom. Oh, look at the tilt on this pitch. You're talking about getting on top and really pulling that baseball down to get that rotation. Great arm speed from the right-hander as well. Fastball up.
And he gets Adrian to chase it, 97 miles per hour. And the strikeout is the second out. And Lindstrom had 15 saves last year with Florida and out away from his 19th save this season. And here's Matt Stairs just off the DL today after missing the last 22 games with a knee injury. Down and away, and it's 2-0. Three in the second for the Astros. Padres 1 in the fifth and tied it with 2 in the seventh. Astros 3 in the top of this 10th. Oh, fastball in on the hands at 97, and Stairs tried to turn on it.
Oh, man, he hasn't seen that in a while, huh?
Two and two, and the Padres are down to their final strike. That's staying alive, fouling off the fastball. Oswalt against Latos tomorrow night in Game 2 of this 4-game series. We're on the air at 6:30 with the Honda Dealers pregame show. That'll go for win number 9. Roy Oswalt, still one of the top pitchers in the game. Lindstrom's 2-2. Check.
Foul tip.
Foul tip, and it's over. Astros win it 6-3 in 10 innings. And Houston takes game 1 of this 4-game series. Well, Bourne had the big hit in the 10th. The 2-run triple that gave Houston back the lead. And they win it by 3 in extra innings. Houston wins for the 6th time in their last